Now, I had a situation in this one with pocket kings where I really didn't know what to do and it was bothering me. So I thought, we could go over it. And we do have a good one to go over. So I want you guys to, sit back, grab a coffee, Gatorade, bottle of water, and we're going to, get right into this. Also, I want to say if you're not in our community right now, what are you doing? Okay, you need to get in it. You can talk with me, other high level members, a lot of good stuff in there, especially, if you're trying to take things a little bit more seriously. And, that'll be in the pinned comment. Also, you guys could tap the like on this, and we're going to get right into it. And I will say this, I was super bluffy in this one. I mean, a lot of bluffs, but, the reality is as you start, playing against better opponents, you do have to kind of deviate from just using one type of strategy. I say this all the time, like GTO, or ABC. I mean, you do have to mix things up. You got to bluff, you got to stay unpredictable. And we definitely stayed unpredictable in this one, okay? This is also going to run for around like 20 minutes, but, a lot of good stuff. Hopefully you guys maybe pick up on some things and get in that community. All right, so we had an 8-6 suited here. We are in the big blind. I like 8-6 suited. I like when it's spades, though. I prefer spades over hearts, but whatever, it is what it is. We're still going to make a call here. And obviously we're deep in this, so we're going to hopefully see a good flop. And look at that. I mean, come on now. Look at that. That is something right here, okay? No idea what player 5's got. No idea what player 4's got. And, I played this the way I played it. I don't know. Do I regret it? I don't know. Let's see here, okay? All right, so I'm going to put out a 35 piece. We're going to see if anybody wants to continue. I felt like checking didn't make a lot of sense. Unfortunately, we got nothing, and of course the ace was going to hit. Now, if player 5 had a hand like, ace jack or ace queen or ace 10, I was really hoping he might float that board because it was definitely, not the greatest board, but I could have seen a lot of ace highs floating it. Unfortunately, he didn't, and that could have been a lot different, obviously. All right, so next time we got a queen 9 suited. Now, look at this play. I am going to re-raise this in the small blind. You have to understand the button's going to be opening with a wide range of hands, so you could totally do this. Worst case scenario, he makes the call, which is totally fine, but he folded it, gave it up, and, we continue. So kind of a good start, but that 8-6 suited was like, what is going on, what's happening? That doesn't typically happen very often, but it did right there, and you know what? Not complaining. Just, nothing I could do about that, right? Anyways, I mean, maybe I could have gone a little bit smaller on the sizing, but I didn't feel like it was that big, honestly. Like, that guy opened the 25 piece pre. So, I mean, I think it was fine. It is what it is. We're going to get over it. We're going to move on. Because like I said, pocket kings, we're going to have that coming up pretty soon. And some other good spots. Okay, player 3 and player 1, let's take a look at the table. So no one's doing too spectacular. Everyone's kind of just, even at this point. The flush got there. The 9 got there. Doesn't look like either of these guys wants a piece of this at all. That's how it's looking anyways. And it looks like player 3 wants to go for it here. Will he do it? Will he do it? He didn't. He won with a... I think he probably should have gone for some thin value right there, but it is what it is. All right, so Jack 5, mucking this. We're not going to get involved. And, when I do put in these bluffs, there is a lot of thought behind it. I'm not just winging it. And you're going to kind of see that in some of the spots we're going to go over still because, if I feel I can get somebody off of a hand, then I'm going to go for it, It's not like I get it right all the time, but I think I get it right most of the time, okay? All right, player 2 took that down, no resistance whatsoever. And here we go. All right, so we had an 8-10. Now, this was just something. Get ready for this. Now, this was one of those spots where I'm just, aggression. That's all this is. 8-10 offsuit. This is a garbage hand, clearly. When it's suited, though, completely different. I really like playing 8-10 suited. I don't know what it is about that hand, but, you know, offsuit, it's garbage, okay? We know that. I don't think I need to explain that. But I am going to raise this one up, okay? I figured why not? Because I like mixing things up. And, you know, what's interesting is that, like, when you do this, a lot of people are going to put you on, you know, like a lot of ace kings, ace queens, you know, ace x suited, maybe some mid pocket pairs every once in a while, but I'm doing this with the 8-10 offsuit, and we're just doing this, okay? uh Kind of punishing player 5 a little bit in this one. And yeah, here we go, the 45 piece. He's going to call us. So when he called us, you know, kind of told me he's probably got a decent hand, maybe, I don't know, maybe a jack 10 suited, maybe like a king 10 suited, I don't know. But check out this flop. Now let's hope he doesn't have the king 10 suited, because we just hit 2 pair on this board. Lots of draws. Okay, you got the flush draw, you got queen jacks out there. I mean, there's a lot out there. And I just decided to rip this. I just ripped it. You know, which I think is fair when you get this kind of flop and then you raise with the garbage hand. Looks almost like, kind of almost looks like a semi bluff big draw type of shove, you know, because you're not going to do this most of the time with a set. So, anyways, he folded it. Let's see what that turn card would have been. He obviously didn't have anything anyways, so it didn't matter. A 6. So, wouldn't have changed anything. I think our 2 pair definitely would have still been good there. And yeah, that was something. All right, next hand with a king queen suited. I'm just going to call here. I don't like when people do the min raise, but I'm just going to call, okay? Back over to player 2, you know, he was down a little bit. He's going to raise this up, and we're not going anywhere. I mean, we have king, queen of hearts. You know, there's no folding here. We're going to call. He's going to kick it up to the 60 piece, kind of a larger sizing, but got to keep this guy honest, so I'm going to make a call, and hopefully, you know, we get some kind of flop that makes it worth our while, right? And not what we were looking for. So you got diamonds out there, you know, we need a jack to the straight, but there's an ace out there. This is not what we wanted. And it's going to be super hard to continue here, especially if he puts out a big sizing. It's like, I can't continue. So he put out a good continuation. I folded it. Turn card was garbage, so I was, you know, kind of happy to see that, right? All right, 10-9 suited. So we're getting close to the pocket king situation. Hope you guys are still with me, but 10-9 suited, I really kind of just went for it on this one as well, but a little bit different, obviously different setup here. All right, so we're going to kick it up to the 1250 piece. If we get raised, totally good with that. Back over to player 3, who hasn't really shown a whole lot just yet. He's kind of just playing how he's playing, I guess. All right, he's going to call, and we're going to be looking for a straight or some clubs, right? I'll take the straight, though. And not a bad flop. A lot of ways we could get there with this. So happy to see it. Happy to continue here with nothing too big, just a little continuation. See where he's at. So he called. Now, that was not the turn card we wanted, so, you know, unfortunately, flush is dead. I checked this over, and I actually went for a sort of riskier play here on the river. He put out 1750. To me, it looked a little weak, you know, maybe he's trying to go for some value with a pair of jacks or something. So I applied the pressure because it was really the only way we were going to take this down. I raised it up to the 122 piece, dipping it in some BBQ sauce here, chicken nuggets, whatever. And, you know, kind of keeping my fingers crossed because I know that he could sniff this out. If it was me, I probably would have sniffed it out. A lot of draws missed. But I liked the sizing, you know. I did. I thought it was good, but he didn't sniff it out. We took that down, and I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that one. All right, so yeah, let's pat ourselves on the back. We took it down. Anyways, we continue here. All right, and this is it, man. This is the king situation that was bothering me so much. Maybe you'll see why. All right, so I think player 5 is going to open here. Okay, you know you like to see that, right? So what are we gonna do? You know what we're gonna do. All right, so I'm gonna kick it up to the 45 piece, which reasonable. And I'm hoping player 5 is gonna call. I mean, I'm hoping he's gonna raise. I mean, honestly, but we can only hope so much. All right, back over to player 5. He is, I believe, just going to make this call, and we're going to take a flop. We're sort of going to be in a pickle with this flop. That's kind of what I was hinting at when we started this. All right, so, yeah, we get the set, but it's all clubs. I just was like, really? Like, why couldn't it just been like 6, queen, king, all different suits? It's all clubs. You hate to see it. I got to continue here. I'm just hoping the board pairs on the turn. We don't want to see a club. And I went with the 46 piece. All right, and he's going to make the call. Turn card is going to be... Let's wait for it. Now, if player 5 would have raised us here, clearly I'm just going to go all in. I mean, even if we're up against a flush, which would not be very good for us, we're never getting away here, right? But he's going to take his time a little bit here, make the call. Turn card was an ace, which is actually a good card. What are we worried about here? Jack 10, I guess, could get there at this point. Maybe he's slow playing a flush. You got to remember, we don't have any clubs. But, I played this the way I did, and, this was kind of it. I didn't know what else to do. And like I said, this was just bothering me so much, this hand. I kept replaying it, literally in my head when I woke up. I was like, man, did I play this poorly? And let me know how you guys would have played this. Was this too aggressive? It's just that there's so many bad cards that could get there on the river. And let's see what did get there on the river. All right, it was a deuce. Okay, anyways, here's the deal. Hope you guys enjoyed some stuff that we went over here today. There's still a few more spots coming up here. So I do actually want you to stick around just a little bit longer because I'm pretty sure I put in a pretty big bluff coming up here. But yeah, I mean, that hand right there, it was bothering me, Sometimes that's just how it goes, But, also, I'm going to keep hinting at it. You guys need to get in that community if you're not in it. Definitely get you going. Could also give you some insight on things. Been doing this now I've been playing for literally over 2 decades. Every single week. I mean, there's really no time where I'm really taking time off. I'm kind of just always going at it, But yeah, we still have a few more hands coming up here. I think I had a pretty big bluff as well. So did kind of bluff a little bit more than I normally would in this, but in these spots they were working out. And like I said, I usually have a plan when I'm bluffing. Don't mean to ramble on here, but anyways. I think this one check, check. See if player 3's got it. Nope. 7s. Wow. Okay. Pocket 7s took that down. Kind of interesting. Oh yeah, the 7-10 suited. This is the one. I put in a pretty big bluff here. This was just definitely not your standard bluff. All right, so I'm gonna raise this up. Clearly, I mean I've been doing this the whole time. I'm gonna kick it up to the 3750 piece. This guy is going to make the call. A little hesitation though, so it kind of told me he doesn't have the strongest hand. All right, so the flop, we are going to hit a 7. We do have runner cards for straights and flushes. I went with 36 here. hoping I could get this guy to just fold. Maybe some weak aces might continue, some weak kings, you know. He is going to make the call. Okay, he's going to think about it. It just seemed like he was pretty weak here, though, you know. Just the hesitation of it. Okay, turn card is going to be an ace. So this is where I continued, and this was definitely, I was definitely not sure if he had an ace. I kept thinking, if you do have an ace, are you taking this long to make a decision? You know, it kind of almost felt like maybe he's got a pair of kings. So if I go large enough, maybe I could just get him off it right now, and that's kind of what I'm going to do. It didn't feel like he had an ace, because if he had an ace, why is he taking so long to make a decision? That doesn't make any sense. We're also blocking pocket sevens if he's trying to like slow play that, because we have a seven. So with all that information in mind and the fact that he was letting this really tank all the way down, I am going to go for it here. And I think I'm basically just going to bet the pot, just a pot size here, and, you know, really no hesitation for me. I'm just kind of like boom, 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 just doing it. And yeah, the play works. So, you know, kind of just picked up on it. And like I said, if I think somebody's weak, I'm definitely going to go for it. Okay, and that really is going to wrap things up. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for watching it. We'll see you in the next one.